and YouTube friends. I am live on both my TikTok and YouTube, offering one card readings for free. Anything beyond one card, one question is basically going to be a paid reading for $10. That would be like 2 to 5 cards, something a little bit more in depth. And you can make those payments to shadowandshine.com/live-payments if you're interested in doing that. But otherwise, if you just have one question, a one card pull, those are of course free. So I'll be kind of going back and forth between both TikTok and YouTube, answering questions as they pop in on the chat, depending how busy it is. And basically, whoever I'm drawn to, I will do a reading. And we already have a question coming in on YouTube, so I'm going to take that right now. Rishi, let's see, over on YouTube. Your question is, can I have, oh yes, you can have a general reading. Did you have a specific question or just like just a general energy check-in? I can do a general energy check-in, but if you had a specific question, I want to leave that open for you to mention that if you do. So I'll give you a minute to whatever spirit wants you to know. Okay. All right, sounds good. Let's see what we get for Rishi on YouTube. What they need to know the most at this time from Spirit. Let's see. And everyone on TikTok as well, you guys are welcome to drop your questions if you want in the chat. I'm going to choose questions that I'm drawn to. Let's see what we get. Okay, so interesting. We have the Confused card coming through for you, Rishi. Disoriented, unsure, maybe. So basically every card in this deck, it's all about emotions is what it comes down to. So it's tapping into whatever feeling you may be experiencing at this time, or perhaps it's someone very close to you who could be experiencing this emotion. And every card also comes with a yes, no, or maybe message attached to that specific emotion. So, I mean, you came here asking what Spirit wants you to know the most at this time, and we got the Confused card. So if you are experiencing any confusion in any area of your life, I feel like Spirit is basically asking you to kind of connect a little bit deeper to Source, to Spirit. It might be a good idea to maybe do a little bit of grounding exercises, getting out into nature, things like that. Maybe a little bit of journaling, maybe a little bit of, just time meditating, basically. Just a time to kind of clear your mind is what it comes down to. Because wherever it is that there is confusion, that's going to kind of help clear the fog happening in your brain. So meditation is on the cards. Yeah, I mean, meditation, definitely. I would say do whatever it is that helps you kind of like unblock confusion is what it comes down to. So I don't know exactly what the area of life is specifically that you have going on, that there could be some confusion, but I feel like Spirit definitely wants to address that and basically get you unstuck, because Spirit doesn't want you to be confused. So that's kind of what I see for that going on there. I hope that helps you out a little bit. A little meditation, a little grounding. It's all good. I'm going to double check the chat on TikTok really quick, see if anybody dropped a question. But I believe that there's another one over on YouTube. So I'm going to check that in just a minute. Okay, so we have someone on TikTok. So I'll kind of go back and forth. I'll do like a question on TikTok, and then I'll bounce back over to YouTube to check for a question over there. Okay, so Nell, should I continue working with Dr. Jordan? Okay, so this is for Nell on TikTok. Should they continue working with Dr. Jordan? Let's see. Okay, interesting. We got a yes. Passion, excitement, intense. I don't know exactly what it is that your business is that you're doing with Dr. Jordan. But definitely seems like it's a positive thing. It seems like it's something you should continue to do. That's for sure, with that yes energy. So there you go. Yes. All right. Now I'm going to bounce back over to YouTube. Like I said, I'm kind of going back and forth between YouTube and TikTok, answering people's questions. Let's see. We have Aries Rainbow Child on YouTube. When will a cat or cats would come into my life? So you want to know if you're going to get a cat, I guess is what you're asking. Let me see. I'm going to switch decks for that one to a timing deck, because that is a when question. And I do have a timing deck for timing related questions such as. So let's see what we get here. When will a cat or cats come into Aries Rainbows? Yeah, Aries Rainbows Child. All right, let's see what we get. Let's see what happens here. All right, we just got something here that flipped out. We have 10. You will start all over again 10 days to 10 weeks. So I feel like this cat situation, it's going to happen anytime between 10 days to 10 weeks from now. So 10 days at the earliest, 10 weeks at the latest. And it seems like when this cat or cats come into your life, it's going to be like a new beginning. It's going to feel like a new chapter. So I would definitely keep your eyes peeled for that. So I would just I don't know exactly how far out 10 weeks is from now. 10 days is like a week and a half, but 10 weeks from now, I would just kind of look at a calendar and be just like, okay, that's the furthest along it's going to be. You're very welcome, Aries Rainbow Child. Good luck to you. All right, bouncing back over to TikTok. Let's see whose question I can answer now. Deanna, will I be happy again romantically? All right. Let me move the timing deck out of my space. And let's see if Deanna will be happy again romantically. Let's see what happens. Oh, okay. One just flipped out, fell to the floor. They sometimes like to do that. Okay. So don't get freaked out by this card. I'm going to explain what's going on here, though. So like I said, don't get freaked out. All right, Deanna. All right, we do have a no card coming through, and it says regretful, remorseful, sorrowful. But let me explain why I feel like this is saying no right now. Remember that when you're doing a reading, it's reading the present energy, whatever's happening within the present. That's kind of what determines the future. So if you have been sitting in kind of a regretful place, in a sorrowful place when it comes to love and relationships, that's probably why it's coming out as a no right now. But if we start shifting our perspective and shifting the way we view things, if we start healing ourselves, especially if love has been rough on you and you've been through the ringer with it, if you really start doing some of the internal work surrounding that situation, you can definitely flip that around into a yes. It just seems that, at least right now, with where you're currently at presently, it's probably not going to happen. There's probably going to have to be some healing and some internal work that's going to have to happen there in order to usher that back into your life. So most likely your heart is probably pretty tender right now, is what it comes down to. And it's kind of like you got to put the love for yourself first before you can put it into a romantic connection, is what it comes down to. I don't feel it's a forever thing at all. You know, like I said, you know, a week from now, a month from now, that can change. But that's kind of the way I interpret that. I take it. So you're very welcome. All right, there's nothing else happening over on YouTube right now, so I'm just going to stick with TikTok until more people pop in over there on YouTube. Let's see who's after Deanna. Sorry, but please get cards. You're not literally reading some of us actually are readers. I don't understand what you're talking about. Get cards you're not literally reading. Well, first of all, as for ask for advisor, the deck that I'm reading from, I actually created this deck. Like, my name is on the deck. See that? Heather Schultz, that's my name. Shadow and Shine, that's my brand. So this is my own deck. I channeled these messages. I created this deck. So I'm not sure what you mean by don't just read off of the cards, because what I'm reading off of the cards are messages that I've actually channeled. So that doesn't really make any sense to me. Do you have your own cards you've created? I don't know, but I'm just saying this is my own deck that I've created. It's not somebody else's deck. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Let's see who's next. Naya, is my health good at my age, 24? Let's see. Is your health good at your age, 24? Oop. Okay, so we have a maybe card coming through here with embarrassed, ashamed, flustered. So I'm not exactly quite sure what is happening right now with your health, kind of what's going on as of the moment. But I would say if there's anything that you feel embarrassed about regarding your health or your physical well-being or your body, just kind of like in general, you know, I wouldn't be embarrassed about that. You know, everyone's body is different. Everyone is shaped different. Everyone's metabolism is different. Some people have a lot of freckles, some people don't. Some people get skin tags, some people get moles. You know, everyone's got different things going on. But with the maybe message attached to it, I would say, you know, if you have any concerns regarding your health, go see the doctor. I mean, you're not going to necessarily get an answer about your health from a reading. I'm not a healthcare practitioner, but I would say, like I said, if you have any concerns about your health, the best thing you can do is just go in and get a checkup, especially if there's something specifically that's on your mind that you're concerned about. That's the best thing you can do. And once again, like I said, don't be embarrassed about it. You know, doctors have seen and experienced everything, I'm sure, and probably things that are well beyond whatever it is that you're going through. So that's the best that I can tell you. All right. Louise, will Kay come back to me? Let's see. Will Kay come back to Louise? Curious. You have the curious card, another maybe. So curious, inquisitive, asking questions. So I do feel like Kay is curious about coming back. I do feel like you've been on Kay's mind, that they are thinking about it, that they are considering it. But I don't feel like they've necessarily like crossed the boundary of like, yes, I'm definitely going to reach out, or no, I've decided I'm not going to do this. It's kind of just like lingering in the back of their mind. So it's, you know, it's kind of hit or miss. It's something that's basically still in the works. So I would just give them a little bit of time, allow them to be curious. If anything, you know, when you kind of have like distance make the heart grows fonder kind of a thing. When people get curious about the mysterious, the unknown. So if you kind of remain a little unknown and a little mysterious in a sense, it'll just burn the fire of curiosity even more so. And I feel like the more curious they get, the more likely it is that they will come back. Okay, Naya, I got your question. Let's see. When will M come back? From Jane Kreller. Okay. Sometimes it's hard to read stuff up against this background. Let me get a timing card here for you. Okay. When will M come back? And hello on YouTube. I just noticed that there's a couple people there. Let me check the chat there really quick. Okay. Nothing happening over there on the chat. If you do have a question over on YouTube, feel free to drop it in the chat. I'll go back and forth between here and TikTok since I'm live on both places right now at the same time. All right, when will M come back? Let's see what happens. See what we get here. It's a little deck, so it doesn't, the cards don't come out as quickly as I'd like them to. Let's see. And I see there are a lot of messages that have popped up. I'm just kind of leaving the chat paused where it's at right now, and there's like 34 new messages there. I'm just going to scroll down one at a time, slowly but surely, so I will get there. Unless it gets busy over on YouTube, too. If it gets busy on YouTube, then I gotta answer questions for people over there as well. But right now, it's kind of quiet on YouTube. Alright, if something doesn't come out, I'm just going to split the deck because this is taking a while. Just shuffling this one for the timing answer about M. Okay. We got one finally. So we have Pisces, find your center 12 weeks to 12 months. So we have a couple different possibilities happening here timing-wise. Number one, we have the energy of Pisces coming through. So, you know, within a 12-month time frame, because we do have 12 months here, Pisces season will obviously roll around again. So it's possible they could come back in Pisces season for next year, so 2025. Once again, at earliest, it'll be about 12 weeks from now. The longest will be 12 months, which would, you know, basically be May of 2025. So you have some time for M to come back. I would just, you know, enjoy life, live your life to the best and to the fullest. And when they come back, they come back. But that's kind of like the rough estimate timing-wise as to when you may see that happen. Okay. Let's see. Kyra, am I overthinking? Is Kyra overthinking? Don't overthink. That's not good. You don't want to be an overthinker. Okay. Oh, all right. We got an answer for you. This one just fell to the floor. We have yes. Inspire, motivated, and energized. So what I get from this card is, you know, we've got the yes energy here saying, yes, you are overthinking. But I feel like Spirit is giving you a suggestion here as to what to do instead of overthinking. Instead, become inspired is what it comes down to. Do things that motivate you, do things that energize you, do things that lift you up and kind of put that sparkle in your heart. You know, if you focus on the things that inspire you, then chances are you going into some deep pit of a spiral, just going into negative thinking and overanalyzing and overthinking, all of that is a lot less likely to happen. So that's what I would definitely do. Get inspired instead of overthinking. So stop doing that. Overthinking is never a good thing. All right. The whole thing just like jumped. Okay. Let me scroll back up a bit here because the whole thing just completely jumped. I don't know if people left because I wasn't answering their questions immediately, but like I said, I'm just going down the list here slowly but surely. And I like to be able to take my time and give people, you know, something substantial. Okay. We got the M question. Let's see. So from Mill and Will that Will I and Maleficent get back together. There's Mill and Will and everything's rhyming here. Okay, let's see if you'll get back together. See if you will get back together with Maleficent. See what comes through. Oh no, a whole bunch of cards just like fell on the floor, like half the deck. That's a little bit much. Hold on one second, I gotta pick all these guys up. That was my bad. I just like fumbled with my fingers. Okay, we're back in business now. We're back to shuffling. I'm like, oh my god, that's too much. Just need one card, not like 800 cards. Okay, so we also got a maybe card here too. Impulsive, hasty, and abrupt. So I feel like if there is an opportunity for you and Maleficent to get back together, it's going to be like kind of out of the blue is what it comes down to. It's kind of like that expect the unexpected type of energy. It's just going to happen when you're not thinking about it, kind of when it's not on your radar whatsoever, and it'll just bam, it'll just happen. So yeah, but with that impulsive energy, I would just kind of, once again, just live your life, do your thing, do you, be happy, focus on yourself, focus on your own dreams and goals and aspirations, and do your thing. And when this unexpected thing happens, it happens. But I wouldn't, get overly fixated on it. It's fine to put out your love and your care and affirm for those things to eventually happen again. But once again, if it does happen, it's probably going to be kind of an out of a blue kind of a thing. So, but maybe for the time being. Okay. Angie, will me and Jose be together by September of next year? So not September of 2024, but September of 2025. I mean, that's a long time. So a lot can happen within that time, but let's see. Let's see. I'm assuming you mean September of 2025 if you're saying next year instead of this year. But let's see what comes through. Man, the maybe energy is like on fire today. I don't know what it is, but everyone's getting maybe cards apparently. So we got maybe again, shy, timid, bashful. So I mean, September, if you are intending 2025, September of 2025 is kind of a long way out. And like I said, a lot can happen between now and September 2025. You could choose to go a different direction, or, he could go a different direction. There's a lot of different things that can happen there. But I feel like in the meantime, the only thing that's probably preventing it is maybe one of you or both of you just kind of feels a little gun shy in a sense about actually moving forward and being together is what it comes down to. It's a sweet energy, so it's not like it's anything that's negative or bad. It just seems like, there's some shyness around that, and there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe you're introverted, maybe he's introverted. That could kind of be a part of it too. Maybe the two of you have both been through things in relationships that kind of makes you nervous about diving into a connection together. But either way, I don't feel like it's a negative thing. I feel like if anything, it's just kind of something where you guys need a little bit of time. But you're definitely giving it plenty of time if we're talking about September 2025. So I would definitely maybe try and check in with a question like that again, a little bit closer to that time period in order to get a little bit more clarity. It might be a little bit too far out, at least at this point. Monica, will I get the counseling job that I interviewed for today? Well, let's hope so. Let's send Monica some good vibes for that job. Let's see, yes or no. Don't give us a maybe. I'm tired of these maybe cards coming through today. Oh, wow. Okay, well, you got a yes. The energy attached to it is kind of entertaining, honestly, because it has nothing to do with jobs in terms of the energy. But you got a yes, and you got the sexy card, sensual, seductive, provocative. And I'm sure that you didn't do anything like that to get a counseling job, because that would be like that's like the anti of getting a counseling job. But if anything, if we're talking about sexiness in general, we're talking about magnetism, we're talking about appeal, we're talking about something that draws you in, right? So maybe what that's basically referring to is there could have been something simply within your energy, how you presented yourself, how you carried yourself in that interview that was appealing ultimately. Not necessarily sexy appealing, but just appealing as a whole, that ultimately is going to have whoever is in charge of the hiring decision with this job to be just like, yes, we're gonna hire her. She's the one for this job. So woohoo, good news, finally not a maybe answer. And that's good news for you too. So I'm excited for you to get the official word on that when they are like, yes, we want to hire you. Okay, Beth, will I find a genuine love soon that I deserve? Well, first of all, you definitely deserve to find genuine love. Like, just the fact that you're claiming that, like, yes, you do deserve it. And the way I see it is if you put that out there, you can get it. Now, unfortunately, we're back to the maybe world again, but I want to talk about this nervous energy here, okay? We got nervous, apprehensive, hesitant. So the way I see that is, number one, without any hesitation on my end, I can tell you, you 100% are worthy and deserving of genuine love. Like, I don't need a card to confirm that for me. However, for you personally, if that's not coming in for you yet, you could be blocking that with some kind of nervousness and anxiety. There could be like kind of this protection mechanism in your brain where you might be kind of feeling, I need to protect myself. I don't want to get hurt again. I don't want to get run over again. I don't want to be lied to, cheated on, whatever it is that you've experienced in the past when it comes down to relationships. You might be kind of like looking at new loves and new potential relationships that way, like keeping your guard up. And while that's understandable to a certain degree, I'm not saying to not have boundaries. Boundaries are important. But you also don't want your walls up so high that you prevent people from seeing any of the ways that you are vulnerable. You can't be completely unaccessible, because that's not very fostering to an open and communicative relationship. So I feel like there's some nerves that kind of need to be toned down there, is what it comes down to. And maybe if you kind of work through some of that nervous energy that I feel like is generating off of the past, then you'll be fully open to be just like, okay, I can do this. I don't have to worry about the past repeating itself or any negative cycles or anything like that. Like, yes, I am worthy of that love. I am deserving of that love. It's going to come in and it's going to happen. So I would just say drop the nervousness. That's the only thing holding you back. It's not anyone else. It's just our own kind of thought processes. All right. Alex, is F gonna text soon? Let's see. Is F gonna text soon? Oh, okay. I would not anticipate that anytime soon. We do have a no card here. I feel like with the terrified energy, scared and frightful, I feel like this is basically saying that F is scared to do that F is terrified to reach out to you. So I don't know exactly what happened, if there was some kind of fallout that happened between the two of you, if F did something shady and they know it or whatever. But I do feel like this card is basically saying, like, if you don't hear from them, the reason why is because they're scared to do it. So at least you're being given an explanation here. You're being given a reason why they may be silent. So, all right, let's see. Beth, we got you. All right, Dariana. Will I get hired at one of the jobs I applied to? Let's find out. Come on. Oh, okay. We got a yes card here. Good news. We got a yes. And once again, I don't understand how cute energy necessarily falls into getting a job, but you got the cute card. Adorable, charming. So this is a little bit different than, I know someone else asked earlier if they were going to get a certain job and they got like the sexy energy or whatever. So this is a little bit different from sexy energy, obviously. And I do see someone just chimed in over on YouTube. I will check in on the YouTube chat as soon as I'm done with this card. Since, like I said, I'm live on both YouTube and TikTok right now at the same time. But anyways, it's a little bit different from that sexy energy card that came through for the last person who was asking about a job. But it's not too vastly different. Like, I don't want to say that you walk into your job interviews and everything like, oh, I'm so cute and adorable, like just hire me. But I feel like it's almost kind of like you might have like this sunshiny disposition in a sense where people enjoy being around you and people would want to have you on their team is what it comes down to, if that makes any sense. That's kind of what I pick up on it. But you got a yes card here. I wouldn't worry about it. One of those jobs is definitely going to come through. So that is definitely exciting news. All right, I'm going to check on YouTube here. Somebody chimed in on the chat. All right. Priyanka, hey there. I want to know what the boy, I think you mean boy, like it's POI, but I think that's boy. The boy on my mind feels about me. Okay, love from India. Well, welcome India. Oh, point of interest. Okay, sorry about that. I'm obviously not getting the abbreviation. Point of interest. Okay. Got it. All right, well, let's see what they feel about you. Let's get a card. Let's find out. And then after that is back to TikTok with, hold on, let me see here. Yeah, back to TikTok then after Priyanka's question, and it'll be for Anija. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but you're asking, should I wait on case? So you'll be next. Okay, so as for you, Priyanka, in regards to VT, because you said that's their initials, so we got an insecure card here. So they're currently feeling insecure when it comes to you. So I don't feel like that means that they don't care or anything, but I feel like they have a lot going on within themselves because this card does represent feeling negative, having self-sabotage. So even if they feel all these wonderful, fluffy, bunny energy, loving, happy energy kind of feelings towards you, if they don't feel that way about themselves and they feel insecure and they're putting themselves down and they're telling themselves all the reasons they can't have something or they can't be happy or whatever it is, then they're probably not going to move forward in what it is that they want. And that can go for personally, that can go for professionally, that can go in a lot of different ways. So I feel like that's kind of what's happening with this person at this time, is that they're just doing a lot of self-sabotage. They have a heavy burden on their shoulders is what it comes down to, kind of like a chip on their shoulder. So they don't feel so great about themselves. I wouldn't take it as anything personal because I don't feel like it's anything personal about you, but that's kind of what they're dealing with. And you can't necessarily rescue or save someone who's like that. You kind of have to just be supportive when you can be for them, and allow them to figure it out on their own. And when they're ready for your encouragement and support, you can be there. So I hope that helps out. I know it's not exactly the easiest thing to deal with. It's definitely not fun. Okay, so Anija, should I wait on Kay? Let's find out. Should you wait on Kay? All right, we got something there. Oh, wow, okay. We got a yes card for you. Proud, honored, appreciated. So I do feel like normally I would not sit here and tell people like, oh, you should wait on so-and-so. I would still be busy living your life regardless. Like, you can still live your life and, live it to its fullest and do things that make you happy and everything while holding space for Kay. I think that's okay. Because it does seem like eventually holding that space open for them is going to make a difference. I do feel like they feel honored to know you, that they appreciate you. So overall, it's a good energy in terms of the energy dealing with them connected to you. So that's definitely a positive thing. So I would just, keep living your life to the fullest, do your thing. And yeah, eventually they're going to come back in the picture. So there you go. All right, we got Millicent, that question covered. We got Beth. We got the jobs for Dariana covered. Some of these are repeat questions, so I'm just scrolling through. We got Beth. Da, 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 da. Okay, Erin. Will myself and Ashley get back together soon? All right. Erin and Ashley, will they get back together soon? All right, we got a yes. Confident, self-assured, and positive. So I feel like the confident energy is basically a reminder to you, Erin, to stand in your confidence when it comes down to hoping the two of you get back together. Just stay confident, stay self-assured, stay positive. Even if other people kind of tell you like, oh no, Ashley is over you, she's moved on. It doesn't have to be a loud or boastful kind of confidence. You don't have to like tell them off or anything, but just stand quietly in your own confidence. Don't be shaken by, kind of like what other people say and do and stuff like that, or social media or any of those kinds of things. Just stand in your own confidence and know that this is eventually going to work out. So yeah, you will be getting back together. So that's awesome. All right. Tony Wyatt 6. Will I get a place to live soon? Well, I hope so. I don't want anybody to be homeless. Yeah, I don't want anyone here to be homeless. So, let's see. Will you get a place to live soon? All right. So, we have another maybe energy coming through here. Once again, with that nervous, apprehensive, hesitant energy attached to it. So, finding a place to live, it can be really stressful. Totally understandable. So I would say try to keep yourself as calm and centered and grounded as possible in the process of trying to find a place to live. That may help push it through faster. I mean, the good news is we don't have a no here. It means that there are still many possibilities where something can definitely still work out. I feel like this is kind of still in the process of being worked out, which is why we have a maybe card instead of a straight up yes. But once again, you're a co-creator with the universe, so you can easily push this into a yes as long as you release some of that nervous energy around it. I understand. I've been there myself. 2016 was the year from hell for me. There was a period of time that I myself was homeless during that time, and my credit was not the best. I wasn't making a ton of money. I was terrified I wasn't going to find a place to live. But it eventually happened. But I did kind of have to let go of this energy in order to get grounded and centered enough to really open up the possibilities for that. So I feel like that's kind of just like a couple of extra tips in order to push that through. Get it to happen. All right. Dariana, Beth, got you. Sapphire, will Mavin and I have a baby together? What will it be? Well, I can only do one of those questions because this is just a one card reading. So I'll answer the first one of if you'll have a baby together. If you want something more in depth beyond that, like for a second question, like what will it be or something like that, you can always send $10 to shadowandshine.com/live-payments. That's my website, and you can get something that's, you know, definitely more than one card. Obviously that would be more than one question, but that is technically two questions, so I'm just going to do the one. And you definitely have an answer coming through here, and it totally makes sense. So yes, you will have a baby together soon, and I feel like it explains itself. Horny. I mean, there you go. This is how babies are made. So yes, you will have a baby together. So there you go. Okay. Beth, I got you. Sapphire just answered your question. Leah, will me and Justin have a baby together this year? Okay, another baby question. All right, let's see. For Leah and Justin. Ooh, you guys are all, babies are happening. Babies are in the house. We got the vibrant card here. Yes, thriving, spirited. So, you know, obviously that's something to celebrate. That's something that's going to make you feel alive. And it's funny because we got like this rainbow here. I don't know if you ever had like a rainbow baby experience, but maybe this is going to be your rainbow baby. I don't know if you like lost a child previously or something like that, but if you had, it could be a shout out to that, some kind of recognition to that. But either way, this is a great energy coming through. So yes, a baby will be happening for you, Leah. So good news there. All right. Victoria, will Miguel come back? Let's see. Will Miguel come back? All right, we have a maybe card. We have a maybe card coming back for Miguel. Nostalgic, sentimental, and longing. So I feel like if he does come back, he's going to come back because he's going to be feeling nostalgic. He's going to be missing you. He's going to be looking back at the past. He's going to be thinking about memories and experiences that you guys had in the past. So I feel like that is why we're having this nostalgic card coming through. So it is possible. I definitely feel like we're getting a little preview energetically here as to why he would come back if he does. All right, Beth, Dariana, Sapphire got it. I gotta scroll back up again. The thing just jumped, and now my dog is barking in the background. He says hi. Shadow's like, I'll pull a card for you. Okay. Let's see, where was I? Leah and Justin, got you. Sapphire. Addie. Okay. Is Andrew going to get back with me? All right, let's see. Addie. We have a maybe card coming out for you and Andrew. So youthful, inexperienced, immature, maybe. So I feel like with that card coming through, I don't know how old you guys are, but honestly, I don't feel like this is about age, but I feel like Andrew, he may have a little bit of immaturity going on there, is what it comes down to. He may kind of have to like grow up in a little bit of a few ways. And I feel like once he kind of grows up and he matures a little bit, that's probably going to be the best opportunity then for the two of you to get back together. And obviously, like, there's always a reason why we break up with somebody. And if you guys did break up, once again, I don't know the background of your relationship, but if there was some lack of maturity there, if there was some lack of understanding and communication and things like that, like obviously you don't want to go back and repeat toxic cycles. You don't want to repeat that kind of garbage all over again, because then it's just going to replay in the new version of your relationship, and then you're going to be back probably with the same result that you're in right now. So if you do get back together, it's probably best for everyone to kind of learn their lesson and to be a little bit more mature and to have a little bit more understanding. So that may be what he needs at this time, is to just gain a little bit of insight, a little bit of maturity. And once he does that, then maybe that maybe will flip into a yes. So that's what I see for that. Rachel, will Alex and I ever reconcile for a relationship? Okay. Rachel and Alex. Oh, Rachel, I'm sorry. We got heartbroken here. No, sad, pessimistic. This is a pretty harsh card. I mean, it doesn't really give a lot of wiggle room in terms of like, oh, this can be turned around. I feel like right now, if you're feeling this, at least, if you're feeling heartbroken, if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling pessimistic, if you're feeling the things that are on this card, I feel like the best thing you can do right now is take care of yourself. I wouldn't necessarily worry about Alex or even worry about a new relationship in general. I would just focus on healing your heart and taking care of you for the time being. Love can always come back around again, whether it's with Alex or someone better. But I feel like right now that's probably not supposed to be the focus for you. The focus for you right now is probably going to be just simply healing that heart of yours and taking good care of yourself. So take care of you. Okay. Jane, I feel like I already answered your question about M, didn't I? I'm going to scroll up just to make sure, because I'm only doing like one question per person. Hold on. I'm just scrolling up, because there was another one about an M. I don't know if it's the same M or not. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I just want to make sure. Yeah, there's another M there. Will M come back? So Jane, I know you already asked a question about M. If you want to ask a second question, like second questions, more in-depth questions, longer questions, it's going to have to require a payment. I'm not going to be doing, free readings like eternally for repeats is what it comes down to. Like one card, one free card, and then if you want more, like, it is going to have to cost $10. So I have bills to pay too, so I can't just constantly give away freebies, otherwise the lights don't stay on here. Okay, let's see, where did I leave off? There was Rachel. Yeah, there's Rachel, there's Jane. Okay, Felicia, will I get my school money back this Friday? All right, let's see. And if somebody does make a payment, obviously, number one, let me know in the chat so I don't miss it. I also have my computer next to me so I can check to see if any payment does come through. So just so anybody knows if they do decide to go beyond just like one card or whatever. And hello, Brittany Lynn on YouTube. I will answer your question next. I am also live on TikTok at the same time. So I just pulled a card for Felicia on TikTok. I'm going to answer her question right now because I've already got the card in my hand, and then I will answer you. Okay, so Felicia, in regards to you getting your school money this Friday, we got another maybe coming through here. And I realized I didn't realize until after I was done making this deck that I stupidly spelled the word resilient wrong. I'm such a moron, but we got the resilient card here. Tough endurance. So there's a chance that you could, if you're concerned about getting that money from your school, I would definitely contact them. I would reach out to them tomorrow just to confirm, just to make sure. If you do, that may actually push it through to definitely go through on Friday. But I feel like regardless, you're going to get that money. It's going to come one way or another because you are tenacious when it comes down to getting that money. You're tough. You got the endurance for it. So even if it doesn't come for some reason on Monday, I would just stay on top of them. Anything that's rightfully yours, if it doesn't come when it's supposed to, chase after it. Be like a bill collector towards your school if you have to. So yeah, like go after that money. It's rightfully yours. Hopefully it shows up on Friday, but I would definitely check in tomorrow if you do have any concerns about that. Okay, now Brittany on YouTube, is your boyfriend cheating on you? Well, I hope not. Let's see what comes through. Let's see. Okay. We got something that fell to the ground here. Okay, so interesting. You got a really interesting card here, Britt. So you got a no card. It also says betrayed, bamboozled, and fooled, which is interesting because, when you think of cheating, that's kind of what you think of, right? You think of betrayal, but it's also a no energy at the same time. So the way I take this is, number one, first and foremost, you asked straight up yes or no if he's cheating. You do have a no here, so I don't feel like that he is cheating. However, if he suspects that you are thinking he's cheating, then he may feel betrayed by you believing he's untrustworthy. Either way, it seems like there is a lack of trust in the relationship if you are not trusting him. I don't know if he did something in the past to make you believe that he's cheating, if he has a history of cheating, or if you were maybe cheated on by somebody before him that makes you a little hesitant when it comes down to that stuff. But I feel like, if anything, he's the one who's probably going to feel betrayed, is what it comes down to, because you're thinking he's cheating when he's not. So what I would do is have an open and honest conversation with him about it. Talk to him about how you're feeling, and not necessarily an accusatory way, like, I think you're cheating, you're an asshole, kind of a thing. But, just have an open and honest discussion with him about it is what it comes down to. And hopefully he shuts you out. Well, then maybe try to reframe it a little bit. Ask him why he shuts you out. See if there's something else going on in his life. Maybe there's something bothering him, and maybe there's something that he's going through that you don't even know about, which is why he acts that way. But that's the best I can tell you. I mean, you can't obviously force him to have a conversation with you about it, but I definitely wouldn't accuse him of it at least not without actual evidence, because that's going to get you nowhere. So yeah, but I don't feel like he is cheating, but he might feel a little betrayed that you believe that he is. So, all right, back over to TikTok. We got Felicia's question. I answered Leah's. Katia, will me and my ex get back together? Let's see. Will you and your ex get back together? And you have a yes card. Thankful, grateful, content. So I do feel like, yeah, there's definitely that opportunity for the two of you to get back together. And when you do, you're both going to be in a very grateful and thankful state of mind for that. Whatever's been happening during the time you guys have been apart, I feel like it's been a time of learning for both of you. And as they say, once again, distance makes the heart grow fonder. So maybe that time apart, it kind of helped you guys miss one another a little bit more and appreciate each other a little bit more, learn a bit more about yourselves. So it's like when you come back together, it's going to be this fresh, new version of yourselves is what it comes down to as a couple. So that's definitely a good thing. All right, Claudia, or Claudius. Sorry about that. Claudius, will my F1 student visa be approved? Let's see. Will your F1 student visa be approved? All right, we got a flipper. All right, we got this maybe. I swear the maybes have been strong today. Mysterious, unknown, cryptic. So I feel like it might be a little bit too soon to tell as of this time. I personally know absolutely nothing about visas or any of that kind of stuff to be approved. So I'm not exactly sure the process of that. I'm not sure if there's like, you know, I'm sure there are certain requirements you have to meet, but I don't know what the requirements are. I don't know if there's like someone you can check in on with it, but if there is someone that you can check in on with it, I would definitely do that. Right now it's definitely still kind of just like hanging in the balance of things, hanging in the unknown. But once again, you guys, you know, if the maybe cards aren't working here, because I know we've been getting a lot of those today, you know, I can always pull more cards, but once again, like I said, it's going to require a little bit of an energy exchange back here, just because, you know, it's a lot. I've been live now for like an hour or so. All right, let's see. Leah and Justin, I got you. Let's see. Anita, is Devin being real? Let's see. Ah, that was fast. All right, we got one right off the bat. I think I just almost knocked my YouTube camera thing down. All right. So no, he is not being real. If anything, he's being cynical, unbelieving, doubtful. Actually, it's funny. Like, now that I read this card with it saying cynical, unbelieving, doubtful, I feel like, if anything, that should be you. You should be cynical of him. You should be doubtful of him. You should be unbelieving of him, because, you know, if he's not being real, like obviously we got that no here. If he's not being real, then you have every right to doubt him, is what it comes down to. So if he's been doing shady things, if he's up to some shady business or whatever, call him out on it. I would say call him out on it. Ask him about it. Don't just, you know, sit by and let him do what he's going to do. Alex, will my ex and what did I just do? Oh my gosh, what just happened here? I don't know what I just did, but somehow I just made the chat like super huge. I don't even know what just happened here. How did that? Wow. Somehow that got really big. Where was I? That actually kind of helps me read it better up against this background. Let's see. Where was I? I just lost track of where I was because the screen just got really weird. Okay, I answered Claudius's question about the visa. Oh, I just answered Anita's about Devin. Okay, Alex, will my ex and I get back together? I think it was you I was going to do. And then like the screen got really strange. Okay. All right, Alex, will your ex and you get back together? All right, so we got, I swear this maybe energy is insane today. We got another maybe card here. Quiet, subdued, soft. So I feel like the energy surrounding this right now is just that. It's kind of quiet. I feel like she may be quiet is what it comes down to. That on their end, they may be kind of like on the quiet side. So yeah, that's what I'm picking up here, but it's a maybe. So I would just kind of be open, you know, it could go one way or the other. So just be open. All right, Ava, will Kevin talk to me again and reconnect? You're very welcome, Ava. Let's see if Kevin will talk to you again. And will you reconnect? Oh gosh, this maybe energy is driving me nuts. I don't know why we're getting so much maybe energy. Got another maybe one. Confused, disoriented, unsure. So I mean, I wouldn't rule it out. It's still possible. Kevin, I feel like with this confused energy, Kevin himself might be a little confused about whether he should or whether he shouldn't reconnect with you. You know, once again, I don't know what the fallout was. I don't know necessarily what made you guys like stop connecting, is what it comes down to. But he could have just a little bit of confusion, maybe revolving around previous issues, is what it comes down to. He may have some things he needs to just simply sort out in his own mind. But once he does sort it out, he'll probably make up his mind one way or another. So I would just, you know, once again, give it time, relax. Enjoy life. If he does, he does. If he doesn't, it's still going to be okay. Let's see. Sapphire, yes, I did answer your question. The answer for you was yes, that you would have a baby together. Did I just answer everyone's questions? I don't know. I might have. I'm like, did I miss anybody here? Like, things got really... Okay. I'm gonna... Oh, now I see what I did. That's so weird. I've never had that experience before with the chat getting like super big like that. I had no idea that it could do that. And I'm scrolling up before anyone else chimes in the chat. I have to go up really quickly to like the very beginning where I started, simply because I don't like drama. And whoever that one, I don't even remember what their name was, but it was like really, yeah, there we go. That person right there. I am gonna block that person like way early on in my live. It was just like the most unnecessary comment. Wait, where is it again? I just lost it now. Let's see. Yeah, ask for advisor. Sorry, but please get cards you're not literally reading. Some of us actually are readers. Like, first of all, this is just my opinion, but if you are doing readings, if you are someone who is here doing readings out of light and love and stuff like that, you don't go hopping on other people's content criticizing them. Like, I definitely don't do that. I see people doing readings all the time, but I never feel motivated to criticize them simply because I'm staying in my lane. I'm doing my own thing. I don't know that person. I don't know their story. I don't know their journey. I don't know where they came from. I don't know how they came to be doing the readings they're doing. And I've never received a personal reading from them either. So especially from that perspective, I don't have the right to criticize them for what they're doing. And this random person comes on here telling me, oh, some of us are actually readers. And, you know, once again, I had to tell this person, this deck is my own deck. Like, I did not go to the store and pick this up. I channeled these messages. I went into Canva. I put it all together. I created it. My name is on the deck. My brand name is on the deck. These are my messages, literally channeled from me. So it's okay to read off of what I created. And I don't think that that person knows that because they don't know who I am. And that's okay that they don't know who I am. But it just goes to show you shouldn't be like criticizing people when you don't even know who they are or their backstory or anything. So I am going to go ahead and block that person because that's kind of unnecessary. Let's block you. Goodbye. Confirm. Thank you. All right, they've been blocked. That's done. No more drama. I just think that's ridiculous. You know, it kind of goes back to the whole thing of if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all kind of thing. That's the way I see it. So I just don't understand that mentality. Anyways, let me see if there's anything else happening here in the chat. I don't think so, though. I think I got to everyone's questions. If I did miss anybody, let me know. It's pretty quiet right now over on YouTube as well. It's so random. It's so like hit and miss when it comes down to readings. Okay, so let's see. I've been live now for 65 minutes, according to YouTube, since I've been on at both places. Let's see. I think I'll just go ahead and pull a couple cards just kind of for collective energy as a whole for anyone that's here on TikTok, anyone that's here on YouTube. I do see someone just popped up on YouTube. So I'm just going to do a little collective reading here, and it'll be on playback, of course, on YouTube. So even if, like, I know there was someone here who said their phone died and they thought that they missed their question. If you ever see me live, chances are I'm also live on YouTube at the same time. And if you think that I missed your question and you missed the live or whatever happened, always go to my YouTube channel, because that same live is going to be posted over there. And if I answered your question and you missed it, you can go over to YouTube and you can find it there. So at least that's one beneficial thing about that obviously TikTok doesn't have. It doesn't necessarily have a replay. So in terms of collective energy, we have the argumentative card coming through, which is really ironic because yesterday when I did a collective reading during a live, that same card came through. So apparently we're still in the argumentative energy. We're feeling antagonistic and combative here. Not fun. What else do we need to know? What is this argument about? What is this antagonistic energy here for? Okay, so it seems to be tied around confusion. We got that confused card coming through here. So yeah, I feel like between the confusion and the argumentativeness, I feel like there's a misunderstanding is what it comes down to. It's not that the people involved don't care about each other, because I feel like they do, but I feel like there just may be misunderstanding is what it comes down to. You may be confused about the other party, or they may be confused about you, which causes the commotion is what it comes down to. And I feel like, once again, if we're in this frame of mind of arguing and battling each other back and forth, especially if it's nonstop and it's continually going, you may wind up just like draining yourself and eventually becoming numb to it. And I don't think that's a good place to be. Like, you shouldn't ever like get to a place of feeling numb. I feel like if you're getting to that place, it's more important to find a resolution and find a way to keep the peace is what it comes down to. Maybe drop the guard down a little bit there. All right, anything else we need to know? Something just flipped out there. Instead, Spirit wants us to feel inspired, motivated, and energized. Yes, put our energy into the things that light our hearts up on fire, that brings the sparkle into our heart, that makes us feel good is what it comes down to. That's the things that we should be investing our time and our energy into, not into, petty disagreements and confusion and numbness and all this other kind of stuff. But instead be pouring our hearts into the things that light us up on the inside. So that, I feel like, is kind of what's going on here, just with general collective energy. Anyways, I think I'm going to check on out of here and wrap up this live because it is pretty quiet. And thank you, Juicy, for the like. I appreciate that. Yeah, anyways, I'm going to wrap this on up, but I appreciate you guys and thank you for hanging out with me. If you're on YouTube, subscribe, like, hit the notification bell. That way then you know every time I go live, all that good stuff. And if you're on TikTok here, follow me and, hang out with me in my adventures, whether I'm doing readings. I do a lot of readings outside. just because it's a very grounding and peaceful place to do them. So I do a lot of collective readings there, and I feature my chihuahuas frequently here on my TikTok as well. So you'll probably see them frequently too. Anyways, keep sparkling, you guys. I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next one.